This is the new Cybertruck, and this is the owner, and this is how much he paid. This video is sponsored by Magback, maker of the rim case. So I'm in here in the Cybertruck, not just any Cybertruck, but the Cyberbeast. And this is Brandon, who owns this Cyberbeast. And the story of how he came into ownership of this truck is actually pretty fascinating. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So Brandon, with that, how is it possible that not only do you have a Cybertruck, but you have a free Cybertruck?
All right, so the way it went down is Dana White ended up posting a link on X, and I saw it, and it was like, hey, big Cybertruck giveaway. There was a couple things you had to do. Entered the giveaway, and then I sent it to my mother. Initially, when I had entered it, I didn't even know Florida and New York, and there was a couple other states. Those were just excluded initially because of the giveaway sweepstakes and the laws. But I sent it to my mother. She's a Tennessee resident. She ended up getting her name drawn out of it. My mother won the Cyberbeast, and it's Dana White's number 20.
That's right. So this is actually VIN number 20. It is one of the very first Cybertrucks off of the production line for an actual retail truck, which is pretty cool. And not only that, of course, being Cyberbeast comes with its own assortment of awesome stuff to come with it. And there's a lot of questions that people have. So the story is awesome about getting a free Cybertruck, but you've now had this truck for a month, right?
Yeah, about a month now.
About a month. And in that month, you've probably learned quite a bit of what you like, what you don't like, some of the quirks of the truck, and some of the things that maybe exceeded your expectations. And I think as we make our way over here, and even right now, I mean,
Yeah.
it's an attention grabber for sure, which kind of seems in some cases almost unsafe, right?
Yeah, it is. I've actually had people try to follow me home, and I had to do like evasive maneuvers to get away from them.
So let's talk the good stuff, protecting your Uber turbines or induction wheels by Magback. Just recently, I shared with you a video on how to install the rim case made by Magback, which is a brilliant way to protect your wheels without compromising the amazing look. So if you have these nice upgraded wheels, it's nice to protect them, but there's a lot of options out there that just make them look weird. These blend in seamlessly and make them look invisible, which is the whole point. And if you damage them, it's easy to fix. You just replace one little panel at a time and you're good to go. This allows you to add protection to your induction wheels, to your Uber turbine wheels, without changing the look of your car. Now, for those of you who want to stand out from the crowd, Magback now is offering 2 new colors. So you can get the standard satin black like what's on the car, but you can also now get white or red. This will continue to add that layer of protection, but allow you to have an interesting, distinct look on your Tesla. So make sure to check out the rim case by Magback by using code BTG to save 15% on your order. Thanks to Magback for sponsoring this video. First, let's start with your overall impression of the truck over the last 30 days.
Overall impression, I love the truck. The range, it's a Cyberbeast. The range is a 301 on a full charge. The acceleration is insane. So I'm coming from a Model Y performance. So they're faster. I think 3.5. Yeah. So 3.5 0 to 60. And I'm coming into a 2.6 0 to 60. It's absolutely insane. My kids love it. So I have 2 younger boys, and they're always like, Dad, go fast, go fast. So they absolutely love doing little mini launches from the red lights. So it's like a little mini roller coaster. Coming from my Y, it does sit lower, so you're a little bit higher off of the ground. But the ride quality is more luxury than what my Y would be, which you kind of expect out of a $120,000 truck, right?
Sure.
So ride quality is really great. It's super fast. The interior, man, I love the interior. When it comes to the kids side of it, the back it's big. It's way bigger than my Model Y. 90-degree doors makes it really easy getting the kids in and out of the car. You got plenty of leg room in there. I have a buddy that is 6'6", and he sat in the seat, and then he got in the back seat with it already adjusted. And he's like, I could sit back here comfortably for, short distances, not a 12, 16, 18-hour drive, but he's like, it's comfortable compared to other trucks that he's sat in the back on. But I like the what is it, Squirtle, right? Yeah, so I love the Squirtle compared to the big full steering wheel. So overall impressions, I love the truck. It's an amazing truck, and I think everyone else loves the truck too. The amount of attention this thing gets.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely an attention grabber. I mean, just look at it. It's pretty funny too. I tried to capture some people on film as we were headed to the supercharger of some of the stuff people were doing in the middle of the road just to get a picture of the truck. Not even try to interact, but just to get a picture. It's pretty wild. Now, one of the things too, we've been on a ride together, and I sat right back here. Other than noticing some really awesome content that was on the screen back there, I also did notice the room back there. And so I'm a truck guy, you're a truck guy, which is a big difference. And that's something that a lot of people are going to notice with some of the B-roll. Like, this is used as a truck, which is great. There's not a lot of people out there who are actually using their Cybertruck as a truck. But it's an actual truck. And as a truck person, you know as well how big the back seats of full-size trucks are today. So the best way that I tried to explain it to people is the legroom in the back is like the previous generation trucks. So like, think 2016, 2018 Ram 1500, big. But not what they are today. So if you've been in a truck that's like a 2024 F-150 or something, like, it's insane how big the back seats are. But it is much bigger than like a Toyota Tacoma, which is what a lot of people think that it is until they see it in person.
Yeah, the number one comment I get from people whenever they see it out and about, they're like, holy crap, that thing is big. It's way bigger than I ever thought it was going to be, because they expected a Toyota Tacoma size. I'm like, yeah, it's a big truck.
Yeah, and I think that'll be the biggest surprise for a lot of people, is just how big it is. And the inside is very comfortable, but it's like, it's not necessarily the same as today's full-size truck on the inside, but it's because you have a 6-foot bed back there, right? So it's a compromise. Where do you put all the space to get this to also fit in your garage, which is another benefit? And you park yours in your garage.
And I do park mine in my garage. I did throw up a couple of photos on X with it too, and it's a tight fit for me, but I can park it in the garage, and I can still even put the tailgate down too. But once that tailgate drops, you can't get around it.
Yeah, so it's a good size and has a lot of personality, of course, and also has a lot of capability. And now you've done quite a bit with your truck since you've taken delivery. For those who don't know, Brandon is on YouTube and he is on social media, and he's posting videos frequently on this truck. Make sure you check that out to subscribe, keep up to date on how this journey's been going for him. It's a pretty unique truck, but some of the things that you have been doing with this, talk about it a little bit. What has it been like from, you know, traction perspective with off-roading, and how has it been for hauling stuff? As you can see, there's a motorcycle right here behind us, which is cool.
So I mean, that's what I came out to Jacksonville for, is to pick up this bike. So I have done a couple of videos and some content on pulling trailers. I haven't done much hauling on weight wise yet, but I do have some stuff in mind and planning to do those. But you know, I'm trying to show everyone, like, an everyday truck owner, what they would run into with a Cybertruck. Like, hey, what's your real expectations? You know, I'm not some super hyper crazy Tesla bull that's gonna throw a bunch of lies out. I want someone to coming in to try to buy a truck, coming from a ICE F-150 or whatever it might be, very first truck, and they're looking at a Cybertruck. What's their real world expectation of the Cybertruck? So I've done the polling. I went a couple of off-roads. The trails were pretty mild. I ended up getting it stuck because I went into a really swampy area. A lot of hate on those videos, but I expected it. Any truck that would have went in there, especially a production truck, would have gotten stuck there. So, you know, a big one that I really have planned, I haven't went and talked to anyone, but it's in the works, is taking this to a farm and getting some farm shots. And I think people are going to love that video. So it's in the works. I think it's really going to show that American countryside of, hey, how can a Cybertruck work out in the country?
Yeah, I mean, trucks are more than just a mode of transportation for most people. Now, the Cybertruck has brought in a whole new consumer to the truck market, which is exciting and great, but at the end of the day, the base DNA of a truck is to do truck stuff. And so, yeah, make sure you check out his channel too, because there is a lot of actual truck stuff going on there, and which is invaluable. But at the same time, you're a family man, and the car seats fit great, and the kids love it. And this truck just provides so much for so many people, which I think is what makes it so unique.
Man, my kids love it so much. So it's way more spacious in the Y. They're able to easily get in and out of the car, which is great. But the other thing coming from the Y, because I have a 2023 Y, and the screen, the back screen, they can watch videos now, and they love watching the videos. Instead of trying to hold an iPad in front of them, now they got a screen to watch them. A mix of luxury in here too, not just like a workhorse. So
yeah, and now the only car that doesn't have that is Model Y, so we're waiting on that refresh, Tesla. Cannot wait for Juniper to get here, because then it'll also have the screen. So tell me, favorite thing that you can think of about this truck? What is the one thing you love about it the most?
Honestly, the acceleration. I'm an adrenaline junkie. I love the acceleration in this truck. The second thing is the durability of the shell. The shell is amazing. The stainless steel, not sure how the long term is going to play out with it, so I do keep it pretty dirty. I plan on making some content with, you know, how that weathered and aged, but the shell is it's strong. I'm not really worried about people hitting it. My kids actually threw a rock at the side playing outside. I'm like, whoa, 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 but it didn't really do anything. So you've seen people throw stainless steel balls at the windows, kick the Cybertruck. It's absolutely durable. So it's really cool. I'm not worried about people hitting my vehicle. And like loading into the back of the truck, throwing something in there, I'm not too worried about hitting the side of it. not going to put a big dent in this.
But this, you don't have to put a bed liner in, right? Because it's kind of a bed liner all in of itself.
Yeah, I really like it. It's a composite, and it has a grip to it. So the bed liner, usually that's why you throw a bed liner in, or the like the Rhino line. So you have a plastic line, which is slippery, but this has that grip to it, so you don't have to go and get it Rhino lined or anything like that.
Yeah, which is very different for trucks. Very, very different. Next question then, what is the one thing that you dislike about the truck the most?
I dislike that Tesla shipped them with a bunch of software locks, but they're all it's all software. So I know it's going to eventually come because it's just going to be an over-the-air update, but the differential locks, this is a Cyberbeast, it's supposed to do 130, it does 115, it's software locked at it. And then, like the rear screen, I was explaining to you earlier that I can't control the rear screen from the front. If my kid's video stops, I can't select another video while in drive. I have to go into park and then I have to select the video. So, but it's all software stuff so far. The other thing I would say, which I kind of expected it with an EV truck, pulling a lot of weight or pulling a wind brake, it does kill the range a lot. And everyone kind of expected it. Everyone knows because people have been pulling with the Model X and the Model Y for a while. And I don't think that's more of a truck issue. I think that's going to be engineering of trailers in the future and not really just the vehicle itself. So I think we're going to see a big shift in engineering in trailers.
So what's one thing you would change about this truck? If you were Elon Musk, you had that power, what is the one thing you would change?
Oh man, one thing I would change. That's a hard question.
Money's no object, and engineering resources no object, anything.
As a fun factor, actually do boat mode, because I'm not too sure what boat mode is going to be if it ever even comes to. Boat mode would be a really cool party trick, I guess you could say, or I mean, I would put my kids in here and go on the water. That'd be cool. So if I had unlimited money and resources, I would make boat mode an actual thing. That'd be awesome. Without, going super crazy on the fun side, maybe utilize some storage. I'm not sure how the floor of the body and the battery, how much room there is there, but I have seen in some older trucks like Dodges, they have like floorboard covers where you could pop open the bottom of the floorboard and you could throw some drinks or whatever it might be in the floorboard.
It's a six-pack on each side.
Exactly. So I do like that. So more storage, because like the body, maybe you have panels that you can open up and have some storage on the side. So just some storage.
Yeah, that's a good one too. I mean, it's not hard to find areas in this truck where there could be storage added without adding anything to the car. Really, you're just adding a door or an access panel or whatever. That's a good one. So what is your long-term goal for this truck? What is the next big thing you're planning to do with it, and how do you think it's going to go?
Some people have reached out to me, and there is going to be a high chance of a road trip and doing some cool stuff in this truck. It hasn't been all planned out. It's kind of on the DL right now, but that is a bigger trip and a bigger video that I'm pretty excited for. Some sooner videos from that is I got a drag strip video coming up. Actually take the Beast out and see how it runs on the drag strip against other vehicles, because everyone wants to see who can beat the Beast, right?
I like that.
Yeah.
Who can beat the
Who can
beast?
beat the beast? Might be the title of it. And
Yeah.
then, and then the farming one. I think everyone's gonna love the farming one.
Yeah, very good. So one of the things that people talk about is the range of the Cybertruck. It's been met with mixed feelings about it, and having owned it and actually used it, what are your feelings about the range?
The range in the Beast has been fine for me on my daily driving. I typically do on a daily, maybe 150 miles or so, and I have no issue with the range. I'm able to do my normal day-to-day driving and still have some if I do a little extra driving that day. Driving all the way out to Jacksonville, it wasn't that bad. I actually got some video on it, but I was running about 80 to 90 miles an hour the whole time, and I only needed to charge 2 times from the Destin Panhandle all the way out to Jacksonville, which isn't bad. I think my Model Y would probably get about the same amount. It actually surprised me. This is almost 7,000 pounds, and this thing being 7,000 pounds, I thought the range was going to be even worse. Now, when Tesla released their first initial range, everyone was thinking 400, 500 miles. It was a little disappointing seeing the 300 miles, but honestly, it's so much more aerodynamic. I think it's not bad at all. For 7,000 pound Polygon, it's cool.
Yeah, and I think that, we have the range extender or whatever that you can get for 16 grand. But I really think that it's an evolution of the 4680 that is behind, and that kind of leads into my next question. We saw what the charging is on the Model Y with 4680. What's it like on the Cybertruck?
It's a little slow. It's slightly slower than the Model Y. The charge curve drops off pretty quick. I think around the 25-30% range, it drops off pretty hard. But on my trip over here, I didn't charge more than 45 minutes. I think my longest charge was 20 minutes. So it wasn't bad at all.
Before you forget, make sure you check out his channel. His stuff is out there on Double Cap Crimpin, which is DBL Cap CRP
Crimpin.
CRIMP.
Yep, there you go.
N.
CRIMPIN.
With that, and then carry the 3. So check it out. There's a link in the description, and it's spelled right here for you too. Of course, it's in the background of all these videos. So I can't thank you enough, Brandon, for letting me come check it out and experience it with you. And make sure to check out stuff. Follow him. He's got a lot of really cool actual truck stuff going on out there. This is not an urban dweller that you're talking to right here.
Yeah.
Lots of truck stuff actually happening. Check it out. Thanks for stopping by. Can't wait to catch you on the next one.